Yo. Yeah, so excited to get the interview.
Wow. My energy level is not going to match this. I can tell you that much. Oh my goodness.
Is that too much? Are you want me to calm it down a bit?
No, it's good.
Okay,
I just
all right,
don't
sit
have
down.
expectations.
All right.
I'm gonna match that.
Oh, see. Really excited to introduce y'all a really good friend of mine, Amanda Banks. She is an entrepreneur, a TEDx speaker, a former high-level elite competitive gymnast, got them flips, and the organizer of TEDx Old Hickory just outside of Nashville. She's also a award finalist for the Nashville Emerging Leaders in 2023. She's super beastie. Her company, Creative Innovative Solutions, helps individuals and companies build authentic influence through platforms, events, and relationships. She's got a strong track record in sales, marketing, brand development, healthcare, and technology. She's definitely a bit of a tech geek, and she's passionate, of course, about her family. Has one of the most amazing daughters I've ever seen, and also is a woman of faith, of personal growth, of integrity, of communication. And you believe that every conversation has the opportunity to impact the lives of other people. So what a great place to start. How do you envision this podcast impacting other people?
I don't know that I have a lot of control over that. I think that just our conversation, our relationship, our friendship, like whatever people can maybe even take just like one little nugget from this conversation, like that to me is just meaningful impact.
Yeah, totally. I want to get into your story a bit, but for whatever reason, I'm like ready, and I like want to go straight into a couple of things that I've just been thinking about. Like, can't wait to ask.
Okay.
But you know, authentic influence is an interesting claim. I'm curious, how do you define authentic influence?
Yeah.
And let's start there.
So authenticity for me is just like real, like as raw and real and as purpose-filled to your true nature as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And influence is the ability to use that authenticity to drive influence in whatever you're doing through conversation, through speaking, through whatever it is how do you influence and make a significant impact in the lives of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is like the combination between those two things.
I want to ask you a question that sounds different. Like you came in and you were super ready for the pod, and I'm thinking about authentic influence, and a lot of it has to do with just, in my opinion, like always being comfortable in your own skin, always being good with you. Yeah. And I felt that from the moment you came in here, and I'm like, what's going through your mind? Like, what are you telling yourself to be able to sort of like clear the mental clutter? Yeah. So that you can show up more authentically?
I think it's really like getting to the core of who you are as a human being and leveraging all the experiences, all the background that you have to like live purposefully in that specific moment. I think preparation is really important in this. Like this is not just something that happens immediately, right? Mm-hmm. Like I've done a lot of work and lived through a lot of different things in my life and understand how those things play off of one another and done the dirty work of like, how do I actually want to show up? How do I want to serve? And that takes a lot of preparation. So showing up, right, is like doing the dirty work, the hard work to be prepared to live the most authentic nature that you possibly can at any given moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
Was that always natural for you, or did you struggle?
I don't think that was natural. Like, I think that it's been a learned behavior over many, many, many instances of Amanda Banks, right? Like, as a high-level competitive athlete, there's nature of, like, living in your authenticity, doing preparation. Like, I was a gymnast. So gymnastics is a sport of, like, constantly building upon another skill. You have to show up. Like, nobody else is going to do the work for you, right? Like, you have to put in every single repetition over and over and over again. So I think that was kind of like the learned nature, but personal development was not something that I just automatically was like, I'm going to be a guru in personal development. Like, it's just one of those things that over time I've been exposed to different things that have sparked my curiosity and allowed me to kind of lean into that a little bit more fully. And I think it will continue to evolve. Like when I think of authenticity, I think it's like a committed journey that you just live throughout your entire existence, and you learn more and you build more just over time.
Make it sound easy. I want to tell people how I met you, but I want to go right here and dig a little bit deeper into your story. Give us like the back story. I want to hear more about the athletic upbringing, and sort of like I always want to dig deep into like what that world was like for you. Like, what'd you do gymnastics wise? Pole vaults or something?
That's track.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. No, it's totally okay.
Well, I meant like the thing where you run and you do the
vault.
That called? Oh, it's just called the vault.
It's the vault.
My bad.
It's okay.
My bad. Right.
It's okay.
The vault, not pole.
Gymnastics. I started gymnastics really young.
Yeah.
And I was naturally athletically very gifted in the sport. I also had a lot going on at home.
Did that run in your family where there's a bunch of athletes?
Yes.
There was?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of athletes in my family.
Okay.
Not gymnastics per se, but there's a lot of high level competitive athletes in my family.
I think it's in that epigenetics, baby. Okay, cool.
I mean, and it's not just the sport, it's also the mindset associated to that, and being like exposed to that level of competition.
Was it just you? Were you the only child?
So I have a brother and a sister, and then I have 3 stepbrothers.
Where are you at in this hierarchy?
So I'm oldest biological, like my biological brother and sister. And then I'm in the middle with the Brady bunch.
That's interesting. You have more older sibling vibes than middle sibling vibes, but I get some of that. Okay.
Well, they didn't. My stepdad and my mom didn't get married until high school.
That makes sense.
So I was raised with my brother and my sister. Older child vibes, definitely. And then when they merged, I kind of got into the middle of the mix.
Okay. So athletics, gymnastics.
Yeah.
You didn't do pole vault.
I did not. Although gymnasts are naturally good at pole vault, I did not do pole vault. I started competitive gymnastics super young, thrived in the sport. I became a level 10 gymnast at 10 years old, which is crazy.
Level 10.
So
how many levels are there?
10, and then you go into elite level gymnastics. So I was a super high level competitive athlete, very, very, very young. And
can you help me understand that for one second? I'm so sorry. I know you're
it's
like,
okay.
I get it. I get mad when people ask me more sports questions because I'm like, ask me about public speaking. But
it's totally okay.
I just want to know like what separates level because of all of my daughters do gymnastics. They did, and then one of them still wants to like really, really do it. And so I'm like, what's the difference between level like 5 gymnastics and level 10?
Yeah, it's just leveling up.
Like, give me a like
you've got level 2.
What can a level 10 person do that a level 5 person can't?
Like the stuff on TV that you see, like that was level 10 gymnastics plus a little bit more. So elite level gymnastics is like Simone Biles. So you've got level 2 through 10, which is like JO program, or other programs depending upon where you're at.
Do you have video footage of this? You flipping around?
Probably, but it's on VHS tapes. I'm so old.
Hey, I have a VHS player at my house.
Do you? I could probably find some.
Please bring them out. I would love to watch
I have a story about I have committed proof. I'll give you a story here in just a second.
My VHS player is a one that takes VHS to DVD. Yes.
We should probably talk about
for the
that.
Purposes of me bringing my athlete footage out.
Is it so true?
My wife is like, "Oh my God, he's watching high school basketball."
I have not watched those tapes in forever.
I'm sorry. It makes me think I can still do it.
This is gonna go a really wild direction.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so level 2 through 10.
Yes.
And then junior and senior elite.
Okay.
Simone Biles is a senior elite. So at level 10, you start talking about, do we train for the Olympics?
Right.
What is that additional training path? So I was working out 4.5 hours a day, multiple days a week, starting at like 9.
Oh my God.
So I competed at a super high level, burnt out like many other athletes, had a terrible transition out of the sport. Did a lot of things that were not in my natural character because I was trying to find identity. So I do have a lot of compassion around the athletic, just athletes, like professions in sports, just because that's a pretty common situation, and then eventually picked myself up and got my stuff together. But that's kind of the gymnastics story.
Was there a turning point?
I think it was like a progression of understanding, like that authenticity. Like, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to be seen as like the problem child. I actually want to be impactful and serve in a way that I know, like, authentic wise, like that is my nature. And so I think it was just a progression over time of like, I do not want to do this anymore. I will say the biggest turning point of that moment was getting pregnant with my daughter and knowing that I'm not going to be a parent in a way in which, you know, my biological dad like raised me. I want to be different. And I had to make that decision, and pregnancy was that for me.
Deep anchoring. You did it for your daughter.
Yeah. And she's an amazing human being. Like, I'm very proud of her and that work, but I think that we have decision-making points in our lives where we can either serve in a different way or we can do what's comfortable and what we've learned. And that is a big turning point in my life.
Okay, cool. I love this.
Yeah.
I love it. It's getting some personal juice in there.
Yeah.
Like I know you don't want me to dive deep in that personal story bucket, but
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna push it. I'm gonna press it.
It's okay.
But I do want to, there's another segment of your life that I'm really interested in, this tech side, because I remember like I knew you for like 6-7 months and then found out you had all this experience and background in tech. I was like, I didn't know that about you. So like let us in on like, when did you get involved in tech? What was some of that experience like, and how, like, what's some of your thoughts on tech now? Like, I'd love to talk about that. Yeah.
So when I got my stuff together, I went into healthcare. I was a surgical technologist. I helped doctors deliver babies until I got pregnant with my daughter.
Oh, wow.
So as I was trying to like reinvent my life, I was working in the healthcare environment.
What made you choose that?
Because I wanted to be a doctor. Like, I ultimately wanted to serve in that capacity. In my mind, equated service to being a physician. I was smart enough though to figure out if I get into a place where I can just see if this is what I want to do versus spending the money and the time into going into medical school, that was a great decision on my end, because I realized like this is not what I want to do. But to answer your question about tech, I was a surgical tech, got pregnant with my daughter, got really, really sick with her, so couldn't work in that environment. Became a stay-at-home mom, and then eventually I was like, I'm done with stay. I love my child, but I need something. So I ended up working for a systems integrator, and it married that healthcare experience with hardware and software technology.
Right.
So I worked with hospitals and health systems to really build their clinical communication systems. And so I learned tech completely from scratch, mainly on the communication side. And went from an account manager to an account executive, eventually went to another organization where I did a little bit more on the artificial intelligence or, data visualization side.
Ooh,
so
fun.
I've always
Can you do that? You can do data visual stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm not an expert at it, but I know enough about like creating visuals and assets and all of that. Be careful
what you tell
stuff.
your friends you can do.
I know, like, but I've always been really curious about technology and how does that impact communication, and like us as humans, like, technology is always changing. So I love to dive into like new and exciting things and what can you do with these types of tools. And so that's kind of my tech background.
So what's top of mind for you tech now, right now in this moment?
Yeah. So how, like, when technology is changing, it changes so rapidly. So like now for me, like, you're 6 months behind if you're not constantly staying on top of things. So I'm always exploring, especially in the industry that I'm in now, is like, how can you leverage technology or artificial intelligence to drive efficiency or outcomes, or, even play with new media tools. Like, it's fun for me to explore different types of tech.
Fun is not what I would describe it as, but for you, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I think that that's part of like, is taking all of this complexity and creating some type of structure to it, and using tools as a way to drive efficiency.
Totally. So give us some advice there. Like, what are some tools people should be using? Maybe what are some like special things that maybe the average person isn't considering? Give us some of that stuff.
Yeah. So when it comes to like media, like I'm super curious around Opus Clip right now. And like I'm not this is not a sponsored video.
Yeah.
But Opus Clip is really interesting to me because it allows people that don't have that deep video editing experience to actually like create something.
Does.
So it reduces the barrier to entry.
I have so many questions. You know how to use Opus Clip? Well, you're good. I got lots of questions now.
I do.
So it keeps doing this little glitchy thing. It's like, hey, podcast, free consulting. No, I'm just kidding. But like seriously, it keeps doing this little glitchy thing. You know, like put the video in there, and then it spits out the video, and it does do this little teaser thing in the beginning that I don't know why it's teasing like a clip that's like 10 seconds in of a 30-second video. But I'm like, okay, that's good. Put a little game.
We can totally look at it.
You know how to do that?
We can look at it. We can look at it.
Okay, cool.
So that's really interesting to me. Opus
Yep.
Clip is really cool. I'm playing around with artificial intelligence agents right now.
I know, me too.
So they are super
messing
cool.
it up.
They are super cool. You know, I think that AI scares a lot of people, but for me, I'm like, it is just going to be the wave of the future. So as creators, like we have to figure out how to embrace technology.
Oh, dude, can I just say, can we park there for a second?
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Are you?
I am. Like in on both sides of the coin though. Like it's like the terror of like, oh my God. I'm like, if I could voice the deepest fear, it's like they're gonna steal all of my genius and leave me homeless. You know what I mean? Like I'm like worried about that. And then I'm like, on the other side, there's two of me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like super excited about that. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's like that moment where it's like you're at the top of the roller coaster and I'm like, whoa, what can I create? Like it feels awesome and exhilarating about how fast you can move. Where do you fall on that spectrum?
The thing that scares me a lot is the voice stuff.
Yeah.
Like is being able to replicate somebody's voice in ways that, I mean, if bad people are going to get a hold of these types of tools and they already use them, right? But like the replication of voice is really something that worries me a little bit.
Totally.
But that's like the one thing that like really freaks me out is like replicating voice or replicating a human and then using it in a way that's like against you.
Right. Do you feel like thought leadership and proprietary processes matter? If so, why?
I think they matter like more than ever.
Okay.
Like I really do. Yes, it can replicate information, but like that authentic, true nature of like the emotional exchange that happens in real thought leadership, like I don't think that it's ever going to be able to replicate that. So it's more than just like the content. It's how the content gets delivered and how the message gets delivered. Like we could never have two bots sitting here delivering this type of exchange in a way that's exchanging the same type of thought leadership.
So I think I agree with you. And I know that I have friends that will argue the opposite. They will actually, well, not that there's not something special that happens when we sit across, but like the future and neural linking and like the ability to have like universal consciousness or whatever you want to call, how deep in the rabbit hole do you want to go? Can I have a representation of me that literally has cloned my entire consciousness? And like, can we do that? Like, can there be a Darryll Jr. running this podcast while I'm in Europe? Maybe.
So one of my mentors is Marshall Goldsmith. I've collaborated in some things recently with him, and he has
let
a
us know who
Marshall
that is,
bot.
because when you first told me, I was like, I have no clue who that is. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, but go ahead.
Number one thought leader in the world, number one executive coach in the world, many times, 4-time New York Times bestsellers, like very accomplished and established in what he does. And he actually has a bot. So he has Marshall bot, and you can go on his website and you can, ask questions and things to that nature. But you'll never get the exchange like you really get when you're having thought leadership conversations with somebody that has lived in the thought leadership space forever. And it's so beautiful.
So good. How would you describe the difference between what's his name again? Marshall.
Goldsmith.
Okay. What's the bot called?
It's Marshall bot.
Marshall bot?
Yeah.
How do you describe the difference between Marshall bot and Marshall Goldsmith?
I mean, regardless of how much you program into that bot, you're never going to be able to capture every single lived experience.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to capture like the emotion in what that experience drove home for that individual. So it's information, it's data, like it's legacy, right? Like I want to produce content. Like this to me is legacy, right? Like over time this will live and somebody can go and hopefully get inspired or you know, can take some helpful nugget from this conversation. But a bot can't take like all of my lived experiences and our relationship. Like it will never, in my opinion, it will never be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that's really powerful. In fact, I think that like the vulnerability and the emotional exchange, like all that stuff is so critical to who we are as human beings.
That's good. So what's the number one thing you've learned from Marshall thus far?
So it doesn't matter how successful we are always learning.
I agree.
Like it doesn't matter. Like we can learn something from every single human being.
I agree. They say that, one of my mentors say the older you get, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I live by that too, is like, I know very little.
Yeah.
And like, I can come to the table and say, look, I know very little, but what I do know, because I live in integrity, because I live in authentic influence and all of that stuff, like I know what I know. And I'm also comfortable in saying, you know what? I don't know this stuff. Gotcha. I don't know this.
Nice. We got to do it. I don't want to do it.
Don't make me cry.
Well, should I do that now? You want to do it now? Let's do it after.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Now you know what? So I actually was going there, but not the cry route. I was gonna go the TEDx route because they're gonna want us to talk about that.
Yeah.
As organizers, we both spoken on the stage. We both organize. We both help people do really great results on the platform.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about that. So do you want me to go ahead and cry before then or no? All right, I'll tell the cry story. It's too late. We're already in the water. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Me and my wife are from Michigan, and I was a highly recruited athlete in the U.S., but I was like really highly recruited in Michigan in basketball and football. And so when I graduated from college, I just feel like I had total influence, could do anything I want in the state of Michigan, right? I'm not saying maybe I couldn't, who knows, but I believed that I could. We all know the athlete Darryll. And we God called us to move from Michigan to Georgia, and it was so hard because we had to leave our family. I couldn't reconcile why God was pulling us, my grandkids, my I can't even say it because I'm so emotional. My mother's grandkids away from her. Like it just didn't make sense because I just wanted her to be there for every game, every practice, every birthday, and distance just makes it hard. And the other thing that happened was we were rolling. We were starting to grow our movement we were leading at the time. And we had to start over in Georgia. And in Georgia, especially where we're living right outside of Metro Atlanta, where the Falcons are, there's a ton of retired NFL players and professional athletes in Buckhead and all those areas. And so nobody cares that I played in college. It was working good for me in Michigan. It was it's top. Draymond Green's number 1. I'm number 3. Like, it was like, whoa, yeah, he's somebody. And everybody's like, dude, nobody care. Did you play in the league? No. There's a bunch of Julio Jones is over here.
It's like level 10 versus elite gymnast.
Exactly. Yeah, so I was like humble pie.
Yeah.
And it took 6 years of just, how it is, because I'm not trying to just smoosh people, like authentically building relationships, showing up, and it's taxing to find your people. Fast forward, God calls us 2 years ago to move from Georgia to Tennessee, and Darryll Stinson doesn't want to do it. I'm like, God, no, I do not want to start over. It takes so much. I'm an introvert at heart. I don't want to go meet people. I don't want to have to have small talk. I'm like legit crying for weeks. I prayed this prayer on the way up here, driving 4.5 hours from Metro Atlanta to Franklin, Tennessee. And I said, God, please, I will do whatever you asked me to do. I don't want to be lonely for 6 years. Said the prayer. And I got this impression. It's like, I got you. Now, I don't know how long from that moment to, I think it was Justin Mosley that connected us. But I'm like, Justin, I'm trying to meet people. He's like, I know you need to meet Amanda Banks. Talk to Amanda. She's like, sure. Well, I got this TEDx Hickory thing. You want to, we could use MC, some coaching, some first year. La, 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 la. And emceeing your event, although I'm sure it helped you as well, changed my life. And I'm still riding that momentum today. I don't think there's a person I met in this community who doesn't speak well of you and how you serve people. And so I just want to say thank you, because we would have left if we didn't have some of the relationships you introduced us to.
Thank you. I think what you don't know is that my prayer is a little bit different. My prayer is, God, give me the platforms and the resources to serve people that voices need to be heard at the highest level possible. And that's the stuff that, like, we just can't, like, there's 8.2 billion people on this planet. Like,
where's the tissue? Snotty cry.
But it's true. There's 8.2 billion people on this planet, and we really take for granted the people in our sphere of influence that we have the ability to serve.
Totally. Dude, can we talk about that? Yes, please. Yeah. Let's go. The mitts, baby. Still got it just in case. Man, what did you just say? I want to say it. Do you remember? Did you hear it? Like, what she said?
I do. Because I live by this. Like, we take for granted oftentimes the amount of influence that we have and how we can show up and serve as human beings. And I don't take that for granted.
100%. I just talked about this on our event, familiarity. How can I say it? Familiarity. I gotta work on.
You've said a couple of words. I've said a couple on this podcast, and I'm like, that's the wrong word.
Well, it's okay.
But I knew this was coming.
Because it is something, I believe familiarity is something that we have to constantly guard ourselves of, because it's so hard to get to know people and get so familiar with the humanity you don't see their divinity. I had to do that to this podcast. I was telling Britt, I was like, you're my friend. And so I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hold on, wait a second. As much as, like, I'm not going to, like, act like you're not my friend, but I'm not going to act like we can't create something unforgettable, transformative, impactful if I come with a level of excellence as if you weren't my friend. Yeah. Does it make sense? And so, like, for me, like, not being so familiar and, like, being like, oh, it's just Amanda. Oh, I know her. I ran her event. But be like, no, she's got goods. She's got some gifts. Like, come correct. I literally said that word to my wife. Come correct and, like, pull out the brilliance inside of her, because I don't want to waste the moment to share the gift of you with others. Yeah. And so, like, it's something we got to constantly guard ourselves of, because we get so comfortable and used to hearing people that we we take for granted their gifts. And I said at our event that it's not just other people that we take for granted, it's our own gifts. Like, what the sermon we just listened to last Sunday, somebody said, don't sleep on you. Like, we sleep on ourselves. And man, and so anyways, I didn't want to do that here. And what you said is so important. So I'm glad that we're experiencing the byproduct of that. Yeah.
But I think that that's where, like, artificial intelligence is never going to replace that piece.
Right.
This goes back to that technology piece, is like, it's never, we can't, like, even though we're friends, a very small sliver of the things that I've been through or the things that I've experienced. Right. And even as a parent, like, we've talked about my daughter, like, I know very little about some of the things that she's even experienced or gone through. And to your point, we take that so much for granted, and there's so much depth to most people. And I think that this is the place where you and I both jive. I'll bring it back to TEDx Old Hickory, is like, how can we get people in a place where they can actually share that information in a meaningful way? Because it's not easy to share some of those gifts on how you show up and serve, or how you can be of value. Like, everybody to me is of value. Everybody has gifts. Everybody can change. Like, I live in that space of purity around that, of like, we all have beautiful gifts that need to be seen and experienced, and we all have platforms.
Yes. All right, let's give the people what they came for. All right, let's do like some
what did they come for?
TEDx
like, just
tips.
TEDx.
You know, put me on the platform. Can I speak on your stage?
Oh my gosh, I'm about to change some perspectives in this whole thing. I did last night.
Did you? Oh, you did your thing.
Just a little bit. Like, there were just a couple people. To me, like, I love small group work. Like, I love small group work, because you can really like kind of drive some type of end result. And I think, if anything, people left with a different perspective on what they believe it actually is. Yeah. Which, to me, like, everybody runs these things differently.
I know.
But I think you and I both try to stay in its purest form.
Try to.
Try to, and what I believe to be the most purest form.
No, seriously though. Seriously, because in my opinion, that's when it works the best. Like, it's not just like I don't know. It's like, why be true to the like? All right, I used to play a lot of video games. Play the video game in the way that's meant to be played, and it works, and you beat it every time. It's like, just play the game of TED how it's meant to be played. Stop trying to blow up. Stop trying to do a talk on TED. Do a true TED talk. Stop trying to like do weird embedding and side promote your stuff. Like, get back to the purity of the idea. Get back to some stuff that says, I've got some substance and an idea we're spreading and the world needs to hear it. Like, get back to that. Okay, so let's do do's and don'ts maybe.
Yeah, let's do some do's and don'ts from an organizer's perspective.
Yes, love that.
Because I think that what people don't realize is, like, I don't know about you, but I am bombarded with people reaching out saying, I want to do a TED Talk. And then they don't understand the format. They don't understand the approach. And so it's overwhelming. Yeah. And we are volunteer-led. Truth. Yes. TEDx organizers, fully volunteer-led. Yes. We make no money. Zero. We are here to use that platform to drive ideas in our community that can truly impact change. Yes. Period. Yes. So like I'm not making any money off of TEDx Old Hickory. Like, it is my kind of legacy play to some degree of like, how can I pour everything into this experience and bring the right people to the table to drive ideas that truly can impact and change?
Ooh, I love it. It is a legacy play for me too, but it's also a strategic play. Like, it is one of the only tools I've found that is effective at bringing people together. It used to be churches. I don't know if they do that well anymore. But everybody will come to the show if you invite them. And so I love that about it. It synergizes and synthesizes community. And for me, I'm like, y'all came here for TED, but I wanted y'all here for each other.
I think I want to explain that a little bit, because I think people are like, why would it be that way from an organizer's perspective? Yeah. Because I'm following you. I'm following you, but I don't know if everybody else can follow. So sports is also this way, where like people show up and you can have two different jerseys, but everybody's rooting for the team. Like, it's part of the experience. And so when ideas are literally the center stage, nothing else matters. People just want to get in there and they want to create. So this year we've got former NFL players and global thought leader and hairstylist. We all have amazing ideas. This kind of goes back to the gift. Like, we all have amazing ideas. And that platform has really been the only way, where, to your point, where we can build community and just allow people to freely share their ideas, like in a way that is creative and healthy and supportive versus judgmental.
No, I'm gonna give you. I want to give them the tips, but last little rabbit.
Okay.
You know 10-9? You know them? They did that collab with TEDx Nashville. I went to their event. It was at what was the name of that place, Britt? That downtown. It's like got the theater. It's
The Symphony?
It's really it's got a vibe to it, man. It looks like
know.
where they used to do like blues in downtown Okay, anyways, it's gonna come to me. It's bothering me. I don't know the name, but TEN, maybe double N9. They do this thing where it's just storytelling. You cannot say a moral or a meaning to the story. It has to be a personal story, and that's it. You get like 7 minutes to share a personal story with no meaning assigned to it. You let people interpret it themselves, and I really loved that concept. And I was like, I love this because similar to TED being about the purity of the idea, that was about the purity of the story, and not feeling like we have to turn into, you know, God, if you will, and assign all these lessons from our stories, although there's plenty to draw from. Sometimes the most powerful lessons is not the one we give, but the ones people learn from what they hear embedded in our story.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so many rabbit holes, right? Because like this also goes to the point of like, I want to see more TEDx events. Like,
I know.
This is a space in which, like, the more ideas that are shared, leveraging this type of platform, like the better off we are. Like the more you can teach and curate a true sense of community and collaboration and idea building, like the better off everybody is. Oh, I could get down this rabbit hole. Do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts.
So scriptic.
Do's and don'ts from TEDx organizers and speakers. Here we go. And coaches. Number 1. What's yours? Ladies first.
Understand that we are all community volunteers.
Okay. Is this a do? Put it in do language. Do this.
This is don't.
Oh, this is don't. Okay, don't.
Don't reach out telling us that you have a best-selling book and that you are globally renowned.
Oh, when you're not. Oh, so
and not when you're not, but just in general.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah.
I want to seek ideas.
Oh,
not. So my favorite. This is my favorite. Hello, Amanda. I have XYZ best-selling book.
Yeah.
I've been on 65 stages speaking about the same message, and I would love to speak at TEDx Old Hickory because I can show 10,000 people this talk. Totally. I don't care.
Because I'm doing you a favor.
But so the do is understand the format.
Yes.
Show up and support and get involved in the ecosystem and position yourself appropriately.
Yes.
Do like all of that. Just do that. Don't pitch me and say I'm a best-selling author. I've done this talk 65 times. I already know the format. That's not great.
I'm literally gonna say the same thing as you. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it my way. So do not pitch your credentials. Do pitch your ideas. Your concept. Yep. And I'm actually gonna give a tip. Okay. I think this helps people. Maybe it doesn't help you, the listener, but this helps a lot of people that I share this with. Okay. A talk. A lot of keynotes are like, you know, big core promise, and it's like 3 points, call to action.
Yep.
Okay.
Title, description.
Yes. For me, I'm like, okay, every person thinks that, I can just go do that on TED. I was like, no, that's not a TEDx talk. That's a talk on TED. Okay, 2 different things.
Yep.
Okay. TEDx is about ideas. So now, instead of you doing your 3-point thing, what if ideal? That's a TEDx word.
Yeah.
What if you took the core that you want to open with before you get to your 3 points, and instead of going and extracting 1, 2, 3, do this, that's how you change your life. What if you turn the description, the idea, like a diamond, and look at it from multiple angles? I think that's the first place people should start before they ever apply, is go, here's my premise of my idea. Let me turn it like a diamond. Let me ask myself, how does this apply globally?
Yep.
How does this apply socially? What's people's psychological wrestle? What's the thought leadership that already exists? What's the top talks that already have said an idea about this? And where is my perspective needed to be fresh? Like, turn. Do that.
You got to do some work. Like, and if you're wanting to, so like my process is a little bit different on like the very beginning. So I typically take my speakers through an unlearning process because we're having to unlearn traditional public speaking most of the time. Some of them, like the people that are not professional speakers,
programmed,
are the easiest ones to work with.
I know.
Because you can get them to start thinking. So literally you can find kind of the intersection of where your great ideas lie between four things. Who are you? You can't use titles. So like, who are you as a human being, which is very difficult, by the way. What are you passionate about? That is also very difficult. What industries do you have experience in? And the fourth one is what other knowledge or experience that you have that would be valuable for other people to understand. It's usually the intersection or somewhere in the middle of those four things that if somebody just captured, there's like a million ideas that you can come up with. But most people I have found are used to speaking in title and description versus idea.
Yes. Oh, God,
yeah.
Say it one more time.
Yeah. I could say this. I say this all the time. Even months in, it's people for like, it's so challenging.
It's because it's programmed. It's so conditioning.
It's so hard to figure out how to get to a idea. An idea is different than a description of a talk. Right. And that's the piece that I try to really hone in on is like, what are the ideas? Not what is your keynote speech about? Yeah. Like it's just a different style. And I've seen a lot of success in like getting to that point. Like TEDx Old Hickory has done really well in this space. I know you guys have done amazing in this space. But it's so hard to get people to unlearn. So that's a don't. Don't come to the table thinking that you know how to give a TEDx talk. Oh, yes. Even if you've listened to a million of them. Yes. Because it's a very different and oftentimes the perception is very, very different than what it actually is.
Yes. And for all my people that are like, forget that, it's not authentic. It's like, no. You don't have to lose your authenticity. Like you can keep style, flavor, for the most part, you know. Yeah. They say you gotta stay on the rug, you know. I'll be breaking the rule a bit, but it's cool. Yeah. Supposed to stay on the rug. So that's different if people are used to moving. Okay. Yeah. It does have to be scripted. That's different if people who are not used to preparing.
Hi, I'm Amanda Banks. This is Darryll Stinson. We don't prepare for talks unless it's a TEDx style. So true.
Okay. Okay. What do I got? Do not treat TEDx like a notch on your belt or the finish line. Don't do that. It's one of the saddest things to do all this work, all this prep, all of this energy, just so you can hope and pray and wish that the moment it goes live, it's going to catch and you're going to be Brene Brown tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I want to dive into this because this is really important. And this is where we have to do a level of unlearning, especially with high performers that are already very credentialed. Yeah. So I teach it this way. The red circle. This is not going to automatically make you have millions of views and make you famous. Like there's a lot of work that goes into that.
But it can though. I can't act like it can't. And then they're like, but you had 2 million views in a year and a half. I was like,
it is definitely helpful, but it doesn't automatically happen. And let me explain this. I teach it from a perspective of this is personal development. You are going to learn throughout this process something so impactful that is going to carry throughout your entire existence in life. But that red circle moment is just a moment for you to celebrate that you actually got there.
Exactly. Yeah. I like
and
that.
Whatever happens from there, I can't control. Darryll can't control. You can't control. But what we can control is the work getting from point A to point B. And this is the athlete mindset. They're going to be people stronger than me, faster than me. I can prepare the best that I possibly can, given that specific opportunity. I can't control the outcome.
I'm like about to burst right now. I'm like, let me, because you said athlete mentality. And I was like, cool, let's talk about athlete mentality. The best athletes, the best achievers of all time in any industry. Yeah. Fall in love with the process.
It's the process.
And so the TED, in the process of refining and expanding and deepening your thought leadership so that it comes off at just the, Les Brown always taught me that the best speakers make the fewest words go the furthest. And TEDx is an opportunity to make the fewest word go the furthest, because you have 18 minutes or less. And so, what was my tip again? I want to repeat it. So I don't forget this thread, because I want to chase this rabbit so bad, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, do the work. Like, do the work, and don't have expectations.
Don't treat it like the finish line.
Yeah,
or the notch on your belt. Like, be proud of your accomplishment, but in my opinion, treat it as the starting line.
Yep.
Fall in love with the process, because then whether you go viral or not, your message is still going to get out there and get heard. Like, I don't understand why so many people get defeated and discouraged because they don't go viral from their TEDx talk. It's like, what are you discouraged about? Are you proud of your talk? Do you care about your idea? Is it not an asset that you can use to perpetuate a message of goodness? And what does your discouragement say about your intention?
Because I think that's the unlearning component. And as organizers, that's what we're trying to teach. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of marketing out there, just in the market in general, that gives people expectations that this is automatically going to grow your coaching business. This is automatically going to grow your speaking business. And yes, those things can potentially happen, but it's not a guarantee. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a guarantee. Mm-hmm. But what could be a guarantee is that you show up and you're so freaking excited about the work that you've done and what you're there to deliver. And you're so excited for the other people around you that are in that process too, to deliver theirs.
Love it. Okay, one more each.
Okay.
One more each.
I want you to go first again on
right.
this one. I went first last time. You go this one.
Okay, sure. Do or don't. Oh, God. So many things I could say. What do I want to say? I want to waste it. I'm going to think of something that comes up all the time.
You want me to go? I got one at the tip of my tongue. I'm ready.
Do it.
So show up, learn, support.
Okay.
Don't just reach out asking for a speaking engagement.
Oh, God.
When
you show up the hour before the stage.
No, when you're not willing to actually show up and see what it's about.
So you got to explain that one, because I don't think people recognize that there's a process. They think it's a speaking engagement.
It's not a process. Like, in fact, we encourage all of our speakers to stay the entire day, and it's a community and a moment of exchange where you get to really like hang out with amazing heart-centered leaders. So what people don't understand is it's not like a traditional speaking gig where you're sourced or booking a speaker, or like, I don't work with media agencies to say, hey, give me your top 4 speakers that you're representing and let me just give them we don't do that. All of our speakers are at no cost. Like, they're free too. Like, so what a lot of people try to do is say, hey, I would love to be a speaker, but don't want to show up to understand what they would actually be involved in. So like, my role, I believe, as an organizer is to maintain the integrity of what we're building and that community and that experience. And like, my mom is on the committee. Like, this to me is like a moment of exchange where we can all level up.
Yeah.
This is not, let me have, somebody show up who is just trying to self-promote and get a speaking gig for themselves.
I agree.
Like, that's not what it is designed and about. And a lot of people approach it. I've just found a lot of people approach it as, I would love to speak. When is your application? And it's like, well, where's one close to you? Like, can you get involved? Can you show up? Can you get to know the fully volunteer-led team that are pouring their energy and their effort? Like, shout out to my team. Like, Steve Lomas is incredible, and Sherry Reese, and all, like, Bobby Harris, like, all these people that pour their energy and their talents and their time to make this thing happen. So to me, it's very transactional when somebody reaches out and says, hey, I want to speak on your stage. And it's like, well, why? And it's like, well, I've got a book coming out. Well, I'm happy for you with that, but what are your ideas associated? So there's like do's and don'ts in that message.
No,
but like,
there's a lot. I got to pick like two or three do's or don'ts in there.
If somebody wants to speak on a TEDx platform, get connected to the ones either locally or like even the education ones. Like if you're involved in a university, and understand like what they're looking for, who are the people involved, and like serve.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I'm looking for good people.
Yes.
Not people that will take or use.
Totally.
So there you go. There's a couple do's and don'ts.
Do consider this paradigm.
This is the Matrix.
TEDx organizers are looking for ideas.
Yes.
That are by the community or for the community. That is language from TED staff. I learned that at the TED conference. I was like, ooh, I like
love
that. It's a good parameter that either we're looking for it to be groomed locally, and if we're bringing somebody outside of our community, it's because they have something that our community needs. So frame your introductions and your ideas through that lens as a way, is this something that's for our community? Are you local, or is it by our community? And tie that into, and of course, by our community is always for our community. All right. So that's the do's and don't segment of the TEDx organizers / speakers / coaches. Let's do it. Cool.
Your arms are way
I know. I got you. I'll go 75. You go 25. All right. Land the plane, Darryll.
Okay.
This is fun. I'm having fun. This is a blast. Thank you. So much more. One of the things that was always my original vision with this podcast, because it's like you always ask yourself a question like, why am I doing this? What's the reason? Like all this stuff. And for me, I always value to go deeper than wider. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do in person. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do long form. And I also feel like when you have somebody good, you should bring them back more than once, because people are depth. And if you can extract everything from someone you bring on your podcast, you might have brought the wrong person on your podcast.
Was it sourced through a media channel where somebody was promoting their book? I love authors. Please hear me. Like, I'm in the process of writing a book. Like, it's so difficult, but it's like that. You're so true with that. Like, there's so much to unpack.
So I say that to be like, would love to have you again.
Thanks.
So much more we could dive into, because I wanted to dive into in my notes of community building.
Yep.
Which maybe we can. Okay, so let's land the plane.
Yep.
What are you focused on most now in this current season in your life?
So my business.
Yeah.
I kind of took a non-traditional approach. Like, I think oftentimes when we think about launching businesses, we're like, we have all of the answers. Mm-hmm. And I took it from a perspective of, I want to learn all the answers. Like, I want to learn.
That's like true. Yeah.
So for the past several years, I've been very generalist in how I approach things. And I am landing the plane on kind of where my area of opportunity for services. And so that has been a real focus for my business, is to figure out a way to serve at the highest capability with the knowledge that I've acquired through some amazing people. And so that's what I'm really excited about right now. What I'm really focused on.
Feels like, I mean, you're not complete, are you?
No, I'm complete. So you've asked me this question. Like, you're like, I don't even know what you do.
I know.
And a lot of people don't know what I do. And that's not really intentional, but I do so much because I'm learning, because I'm acquiring knowledge. I'm trying to figure out how to become a specialist. So I've landed like the plane. I can give you the 1 to 2 sentence. This is what I'm going to do.
Oh, snaps. You got a sentence? Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Right. I feel like I need to like position myself appropriately.
You do.
So my company is going to be a specialty consulting company that focuses on coaches, speakers, thought leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, to really help people build influence, focus on digital personas and presence, and help people figure out a way to leverage their experiences and their knowledge to craft legacy. And part of this is the nature of what I've already built. Like, a lot of people in this space struggle with being comfortable and confident and bringing new ideas and new things to life. And I found that serving coaches and athletes and entrepreneurs in that space, that is a very specialized area of expertise that is how I will show up and serve next year. And this year. I'm already doing it, but it's really like my business that's what my business will focus on. Does that give you a better idea of what I do?
It does. Well,
Yeah.
I would call you a problem solver.
Yeah.
Like I would call you like it's we used to say this you know, in recruiting football like you would recruit for positions.
Yeah.
So you get defensive back, we need a quarterback, we know we need a wide receiver this year, offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Darryll Stinson defensive end, right? But every once in a while you get somebody that's just so athletic, you're like, they're an athlete. They just will put them on the team. They probably can do receiver. They can do tight end. They probably can play like 6 positions. So just grab them. Like that's my perspective of you. It's like, I'm like, she can do all things. MC.
I'm crazy enough
like,
to
build
do this
the platform. You want to,
So think of it this way, though, is like to really serve this group of people. It's almost like athletes. A lot of people want to serve athletes, and it's like, do you really understand the challenges that these people really truly face? Like, to me, you have to somewhat understand not what somebody goes through, but you have to understand the complexity of all the different components to be able to serve. So yes, I've done coaching. Yes, I've done speaking. Yes, I've done support roles and project management and event management. But really my area of expertise is like, how do you take somebody that deserves to have the platform and share and be able to actively communicate their messages? How can it's very complicated. And without me going through the last 4 years of understanding the industries as a whole and trying to figure out technology and how do you solve problems for this person, or how do you fix Opus Clip problems, or you know, how do you even reinvent how you're showing up? Meaning some people aren't looking to generate revenue, they're looking to impact. They're looking to carry legacy. That's a very different approach than how a lot of people approach this industry. And I'm very sensitive to that. And I'm very compassionate about that side of how can you take people that want to share and want to build presence and influence and drive change in whatever industry it is, and how do you package that in a way that comes out and people understand how to gravitate towards it.
I love that.
That's where I'm at. That's where I've landed the plane. Is that better than what I told you last time?
Oh, well, I don't even know what you said last time. I don't even think you answered. You just said like, I can do a lot of things. I think that's what you said to me. You're like, I can do a lot of things. And I was like, I believed you.
Building influence is a sliver of that component. I would say also building confidence and building messaging and putting in systems and tools and techniques to actually run a business. Darryll, you can't just say you're a speaker and have a business around saying that you're a speaker. Like, you have to have tools and resources and operational structure. It's very complicated. Don't be
selling me on the podcast. You can't sell me on my podcast. Don't do that.
But it's true.
I know.
It's true.
I'm learning the hard way, man.
But I think that's what a lot of people have. Like, they're like, I can just go out and coach, or I can just go out.
I'm a baker. I don't know how to run a bakery. And I don't mean like I don't know how, but I mean like I just want to make the sauce.
Yeah, you just want to.
I don't want to be like at the front desk. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in the kitchen cooking. You know, if I put it in spiritual terms, preaching, teaching, I want to be praying and harnessing my energy and developing my and getting ready to be a vessel. Like, that's what I want to do and do nothing else, right? Yeah. All this other stuff is in the way.
See, I'm the total opposite. I'm like, I can be front and center.
Yeah.
But I also find so much joy in seeing somebody actually show up and be able to be that role.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching it's transformation.
It is.
And as that person continues to grow, it gets deeper and it gets more complicated and it gets more refined, and it's a really beautiful thing to watch. And people have to consistently go through this process and have people that support them in that.
Nice. Final couple questions. One is rapid fire. Any tips top of mind as it relates to building authentic influence, like for the coaches, for the content creators that are like, oh my God, yes, we already know industry's ripe, AI is helpful. I don't want to be on this side of the fence where I'm not aligned and I'm not doing it for legacy and I'm sounding like, you know, filler content instead of like juicy, helpful, impactful content. what's a couple tips for people that are just trying to be heard if they have something to say?
You got to start from zero. Meaning,
so encouraging.
I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever met anybody that hasn't like, I mean, you got to get it out there. Like I struggle with this as well. Like video content for me is like pulling teeth. Like I'll do it, but like I have to have a reason why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is when you work with the greats and you see their process, like it is all about media. It is all about getting information out there. So you have to start somewhere. So part of like my rapid fire, this is a long rapid fire.
This is good.
Perfectionism, let it go. As a gymnast, I've struggled with perfectionism my entire life. You could be comparing yourself to somebody else that's a coach or a creator or whatever that has a team of 15 people behind the scenes running everything for them. And you're wondering, why can I not do all of these things? And it's like, well, you're not seeing what's actually going on. So don't compare like perfection, like just try, create, fail. Like the people that, it's like exercising. Like I'm not going to judge somebody for trying. Like,
so drop the perfectionism.
Drop the perfectionism. Just put it out there.
Give us like
put
one or two
structure
more.
around that. So like
structure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
That's no perfectionism, but use structure. Okay.
Because hit goals, like have structure around what do you actually want to accomplish and what is going to drive me to actually do this thing. I'll give you an example. I knew that I needed to do video content. So I set up an interview, a LinkedIn Live interview show where I had athletes. It forced me to stay committed to my process and removed me from the equation so that I would actually follow through with it and do it.
You do.
So that's the piece is like you have, even though you don't want to have like perfectionist tendencies about it, like you got to get it out there. Don't compare. Other people may have teams of 1 million people that are, producing content. You got to have some way to hold yourself accountable to actually get it out there. It's easy to quit.
Why content though?
So content or just building community.
Yeah, but I want, like you said something. Okay. Last time I want to dig.
Okay, it's okay.
This is
okay.
This is. Well, I
4
gotta ask
hour
you
long
about
podcast.
I gotta ask you about Seeing Greatness. That
Okay.
one's just, what does it mean to you? Okay, that's next, and then we're done. But you said the media empire thing, and I can't unhear it. And I was like, I totally agree with that, and I see that, and I agree. And I just think that it's a statement to double click on, because if you say that the people at the highest level are thinking more like media company than they are like coach or consultant.
So visible, like there's different areas of thought leadership and influence and impact and how you're going to actually, people that are wanting to become more visible. So digital presence is something that I used earlier. There's a lot of crap out there.
There is.
There's a lot of crap. There's a lot of misleading, not truth. Like there's all this information. And this is, I'm going to say this, you can hold me accountable to it. The only way that we can combat that is if we, as heart-centered leaders, people that are geared towards impact and influence, if we produce great quality content and build community around ourselves so that people know this is a person of integrity and I want to learn from this person.
Such a terrible note to end on, 'cause I got so many.
Hold on. So I'm going to make a statement. To all your people.
Okay.
This is a statement to all of your people.
Okay.
I had somebody tell me this,
okay,
and it changed the way that I saw it, because I'm totally cool with being behind the scenes. Totally cool.
Me too, by
I
the
don't
way.
need to be on camera.
I don't either.
So they said, Amanda, your story has the ability to impact a single person. You are doing them a disservice by not stepping up and showing up in your purpose. So you can fight it, but the more you fight it, the less you're serving. So that hit me. And I had to do some pretty deep work on being more okay with being visible and speaking and all these things.
Yeah.
So if you complain about social media and you complain about all the media and the news and all this stuff, like, show up and do what you can, which is produce amazing quality content with your ideas.
Totally. So good. I so agree with that. And I just got to interject my own personal belief here.
Yeah.
Because I believe one of the reasons why content is so hard and speaking in general is because it is dangerous to forces of darkness. It is how we awaken the planet.
Yep.
It is how we serve others. It is how we duplicate our essence into another human being. And it breaks them out of the programs that they're in. And so I just believe, like, why, like, you ever notice, like, why is it only when people go to create that they encounter so much resistance? Why can they do so many other things, but the moment they try to do something so divine, like channel or create something that's can only be created from their uniqueness, there's all this challenge and resistance and fear and worry and I don't want it. Why? I believe because it's that powerful.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Cool.
So I've said this before, I will say this, like, entrepreneurship and parenting has been like the deepest form of self-discovery that you can face. And when you decide to use your voice as part of that ecosystem, like, all of the feels, all of the imposter syndrome, all the things, like, it becomes front and center. It makes you and it forces you to deal with your own bullshit. And most people don't want to do it.
Don't.
So
true. I said it. It evokes your evolution. So good. Yep. All right. What does seeding greatness mean to you? And after you finish that, let us know how we can connect with you.
I don't want to do this a disservice. Seeding greatness to me is the ability to evaluate excellence and live in truth and purpose to that.
This is my favorite part of the podcast. I just love everybody's answer. I'm like, I'm gonna just take everybody's answer.
I did not prepare for that. And like, it's so to me, seeing greatness, like, beautiful. I seek excellence and greatness in everything that I do. That's part of the journey piece, is like, I just love that stuff. And to me, seeding greatness is like so powerful because you never know. It's like the ripple effect. You never know what this little bitty seed is gonna equate to. So like, my hope, here's the ending. My hope is that somebody can take one small piece from this conversation and either be inspired or encouraged or start thinking differently about why or how they share their messages.
Yes. So agree. Y'all, Amanda Banks, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
She stole my ending. Y'all always know I tell you, information without application equals frustration. And so it's not about consuming, it's about integrating and applying. And so thank you for tuning in. And also, we invite you to take something, even if it was just the, maybe not even a thought leadership nugget, although there were lots of them. Maybe for you, it was just the playfulness, the beingness, and maybe you need some more of that in your life. That's a takeaway. Go play bowling or something. I'm being serious right now.
Find somebody that believes in you. Like,
seriously.
Just
yes.
hang out, have conversations.
There you go.
Put your phone away.
Relax. And we believe in you, and we're here. We want to know what you're taking away from this podcast. We want to hear from you. So let us know what's a nugget you took away. And obviously reach out, follow Amanda, stalker. Not literally, but
Please
online.
Don't. Stalking is not welcome. Why?
Go see greatness. We love you. Bye.